Hey guys, George here from Zero Pay Productions, and on this Skyrim mod spotlight, I'm taking a look at MorrowLoot Ultimate Edition by Chocolate Noodle. I love that username. MorrowLoot Ultimate is the new and improved version of MorrowLoot, a mod started by TrainWiz back in 2013. The mod has changed hands a few times over the years, but has always been improved and built upon. The PC version is only available via the Nexus, but an Xbox One version can be found on BethesdaNet, which was ported over to Xbox with permission from the mod author. Of course, you can always find MorrowLoot Ultimate, as well as the original MorrowLoot mod, on the Skyrim Nexus for the 2011 version of the game. As the name of the mod would imply, MorrowLoot's goal is to overhaul the loot system in Skyrim, making it more in line with Morrowind's. At its most basic level, the mod changes Skyrim so that loot in dungeons is no longer randomly generated based on your level. With MorrowLoot, the gear you find will make sense for where you found it, and rare and powerful gear is treated as truly rare. A lot of the changes to where you will find certain gear makes basic sense. Dwemer gear will be found in Dwemer ruins, Orcish gear will be found predominantly on orcs, rather than random enemies of other races, Elven gear will be found mostly on the Thalmor, so on and so forth. Higher level gear types such as Daedric, Glass, Ebony, and Dragon are no longer randomly spawned in the world either. Glass is hand placed in high level dungeons and occasionally found in wealthy families' homes. Keeping in line with Morrowind's loot system, MorrowLoot Ultimate also de-levels Skyrim's enemies, meaning that enemies are locked in at certain difficulty levels, making the game harder at the beginning and easier as you level up. A fairly common system for RPGs. Early on, you'll find dungeons that you won't be able to complete at all, as the enemies are much stronger than you are. Enemy levels for dungeons and caves will correspond to the level of loot found within, giving you a good idea of what dungeons you'll want to go back to later on when you're properly equipped to handle them. This is a departure from Skyrim's vanilla system, where enemies will be adjusted based on your level, so that you can go to any dungeon at any time. This change to leveled loot also changes quest rewards, and any quest rewarded armor or weapons will be given to you at its highest level in strength, as opposed to the vanilla game, where the strength of a weapon given as a reward is determined by your level, such as Dawnbreaker, to give an example. The mod also adds new and unique weapons and armor, almost all of them coming from previous Elder Scrolls games or having been mentioned in the lore before. These include the Lord's Mail, Wraithguard, Sunder, Goldbrand, and the Ice Blade of the Monarch. These are only a few of the new added items, and in total, there are over 20 unique items added with the mod. On top of this, all of the Thane weapons and armor awarded to you by each of the Jarls has been replaced with unique variants. In addition to changes made to the leveled loot lists, MorrowLoot Ultimate heavily affects and changes smithing in the game. Unlike the vanilla smithing system, learning to craft Dwarven and Daedric gear won't be as simple as unlocking a perk when leveling up. Instead, Dwarven crafting is now unlocked by the Ancient Knowledge quest, which will also improve your damage with Dwarven weapons by 25%. Daedric smithing is locked behind a new quest and can only be attempted by a Master Smith. In the original versions of MorrowLoot, it was impossible to craft Daedric gear under any circumstance, so this quest is a much welcomed addition. Any gear involving Ebony can now only be crafted at the Skyforge and the Gloombound Forge. Even crafting ingots has been changed, and you'll need more of certain ore types in order to smelt ingots from raw materials. Tempering items has also been changed as well, lowering the amount that you can temper your gear in order to make quest rewards and found loot more powerful and rewarding. The only requirement for this mod is the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch. Overall, MorrowLoot Ultimate is compatible with other mods. The only mods that might not be compatible, or cause issues, are ones that affect leveled lists, and new weapons and armor added via mods may be inconsistent with how MorrowLoot distributes them throughout your game. The mod author recommends placing MorrowLoot Ultimate low in your load order, and the only things below it should be anything that the mod authors for those mods have explicitly stated should be at the very bottom. From the MorrowLoot Ultimate mod page on the Nexus, you'll find various patches for other mods, including a full rework of the leveled list for the Immersive Armors and Insanity Sorrow weapons mods. Among the optional files, you'll find mods that alter or remove certain aspects of MorrowLoot, for those looking to fine-tune their experience a bit more. These include removing the new encounter zones in regards to enemy levels, removing the new artifacts from the game, and removing the 40% decrease to tempering as added by the mod. The mod author is incredibly dedicated to supporting MorrowLoot and has spent a lot of time making compatibility patches for various mods, but also recommends learning to do so for yourself via SSE Edit should you have any mods that don't have compatibility patches yet. As part of the mod author's recommendation, I'm using another one of his mods, Weapon AF, which is a balancing mod that helps fix a couple inconsistencies regarding weapons and loot. The inconsistency was created when porting MorrowLoot Ultimate from the old version of Skyrim to Special Edition. As stated by the mod author himself, this mod was designed to be perfectly consistent with MorrowLoot Ultimate. As always, you can find links to the before mentioned mods in the video description below. So far, this is one of the few truly extensive overhaul mods available for Skyrim Special Edition, and definitely allows players to create a much more difficult and rewarding gameplay experience. I hope you all enjoyed, and hope you get a chance to try this mod out for yourselves. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.